Let's increase the border there. And we are live. All right, everything should be A-OK. We are streaming, we are live, we are not late today, at least not by a great margin. Let's see. It looks like everything's going A-OK. We could probably increase the border of this just a little bit. Oh, that didn't do anything. All right. Greetings, gamer guys and gals, and welcome to the stream. I'm excited today because I found my American version, and we're going to see something very funny in this little cutscene right here. What I was talking about previously on my last stream, I'm kind of glad that I played the European version for the simple fact that we were able to get the full ending and stuff, but unfortunately, because of my button combination where I switch up A as being my jump, and then B and Y as being my throw weapon, it's just not. It's gonna be. We're not gonna be able to see the ending. It's just that's just reality. It sucks. It stinks. I could play with a different thing, and when I do this run for like for instance like a playthrough or just something on my channel as like a playlist or whatever, I'm probably going to go ahead and do it with the original button scheme. But I prefer this button scheme for the simple fact that the weapons that allow me to spam, like the dagger, the torch, so on and so forth, it's just easier to spam if I can get both my thumbs over right next to each other, or if I can use one thumb to press both buttons easily without accidentally pressing the jump button in the midst. So, without further ado, we are going to get this game started. All right, so while this is running, I wanted to alert folks as to the reason why I'm not a big fan of the European version of just about any of these old school games. I don't know what their laws are on these types of things now, but old school games were under the direct law in most European countries that they could not be more than 50 frames per second, which is why we saw lag. This game is normally in 60 frames per second. And they could not be more than 50 hertz, like frame rate or refresh rate, I'm sorry, when it comes to the television. Why that matters is because we have basically scientifically proven already that with those two things in conjunction, that actually was the cause and the reason why so many people had seizures back in the day concerning video games. The flashing lights and high refresh rates and stuff like that is not the reason. It was actually low refresh rates and refresh rates that are incompatible with our eyes. Our eyes see things between 18 and 24 frames per second. That's the reason why most modern, really good PC monitors have 144 hertz. Reason being is because 144 hertz is exactly 6 times the number of the highest average that you're going to see, which is 24. So it's very interesting. You know, I'm not saying that it's necessarily just automatically bad to have or to play. Yeah, I saw that coming. And I saw that coming too. But to have or to play like the European versions or whatever, but I'm very glad I have found my American version. Because the thing is that, yeah, we don't want you. I would rather have the crossbow. The game is much more difficult on the European version. I have pretty much like every possible version of Super Ghouls and Ghosts purchased because it is one of my favorite games of all time. But if you are eagle-eyed, and if you watch my previous stream, you will actually notice... Oh, come on. You'll actually notice a very severe difference between the difficulty of this game versus the European version. It was almost like they thought you guys over across the pond were even dumber than we. Yeah, we want this chest because I want my steel armor back. I was very well hopeful that that was not a weapon drop. I hate it when weapon drops are dropped in the most inconvenient of places. Yeah, so, you know, the crossbow is actually, and I missed the second jump, which is unfortunate. The crossbow is actually my dad's favorite weapon. So he was the man who got me into this game and into video games in general when I was younger. I watched him beat this entire game without losing a single life. That to me was incredible. I was in awe about that even when I was young, and didn't really know how difficult this game was truly. But coming to find out that this is actually one of the hardest games in the SNES's library. Ooh, we will take you. It further cemented the fact that... Ooh, gold armor. We will take you too. It further cemented the fact that this would just be one of my favorite games of all time. Because my dad, you know, beat it so handily when I was younger. He was always good at video games, though. So, that was to be expected, in my opinion. And we just hit the bird that way. Smack him with a few daggers and move on. Nice catch, always. Pressing and holding up when you get the key will say nice catch. Little Easter egg kind of thing. Nothing important, nothing really that useful, but hey, we like our Easter eggs. Alright, so this stage, the second part of this stage, and the second part of stage 4 are basically the last stages you want to take a hit on or die, because repeating auto-scrollers is just not fun. These games back in the day had auto-scrollers in order to slow you down in a way and like pad out content. And that sounds kind of bad because whenever we think of those kinds of concepts nowadays, we think of them as being incredibly bad things. But the problem is that there's a huge difference here. The difference is that games back in the past didn't have the cart space or the capacity to be as big as they want to. Games today have zero excuse. Like, zero excuse. Even Nintendo Switch games, which I'm not downing on Nintendo, but their cards have more storage space than anything that Xbox or PlayStation are producing. Just way leaps and bounds more space. Yeah, we are one hit from death. We do not want to actually take that death. So we are going to spam away. I actually don't mind the dagger unupgraded. I think the dagger is one of those weapons that, actually funny enough, we got the axe right here. The axe, the dagger, and the scythe are all weapons that I firmly believe are better weapons unupgraded with the magic power. But the reason why the dagger is so great and why everybody likes using it is because it goes through enemies, which is cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. And then, like, the magical attack allows you to basically insta-kill certain bosses, which is always fun. But the reason why I like the non-upgraded dagger so much is because you can spam them like nobody's business. And part of the reason why you can spam them like nobody's business is because of the fact that you have the ability to get close to an enemy and then just let them hit their hitbox and then immediately spam them again. Pretty sure this is going to give us our bronze armor. I actually kind of wish that this game had, and I know this might be crazy to some because a lot of people, they denote that this game is amazing because of its difficulty. But I actually kind of wish that each and every armor upgrade was something that, if for instance I had gold armor, I would need to take 2 hits to go to steel armor. This game is so brutal, especially on the higher difficulties. I do not at all think that that would be breaking the game, because the people who can trivialize the game naked. Like with Arthur regular daggers. I have beaten the game like that before. Not very many times, but I've beaten the game like that. And it just has to do with the fact that the daggers are just so busted, broken. I'm actually thinking about trading them out. I was thinking about using the scythe because I made the mention in my last stream of this that the scythe is arguably the best weapon concerning boss killing. And I firmly believe that. See, this is one of those bosses where you actually would prefer... Oh, come on. You would prefer the regular dagger. Now he's too low. A lot of good hits. And dead. That was very scary. His projectiles are incredibly annoying. The shield on the gold armor can actually defeat his projectiles too. Those guys right there, I think they're either called woos or boos. Can't remember exactly. Yeah, we're not taking the lance. The lance is an incredibly inefficient weapon and doesn't really have any bonuses to it that redeem it. So as you can see, if you recall my previous stream, there are a lot more enemies here, and certain enemies, like for instance the woos, boos, whatever they're called, take way more hits to KO. Like way more. Orders of magnitude more. I'm pretty sure they've got like double the health that the European version had. Now, I've only played the European version a handful of times, so I don't know too much about the information of that game accordingly. If you have the torch, you can just totally skip by that imp. And then we just take you out and make some leaps of faith. Sometimes when you jump on those pedestals, your inputs couldn't be eaten. So taking the game as fast as I'm taking it right now is not exactly recommended. And then we're going to see an Aramare here that will just get instantly annihilated. Hardest enemy in the game, but he's also the easiest to trivialize if you know what you're doing. This could be a weapon. It is, and we don't want it. I do like the crossbow quite a lot. I think it's a good weapon, especially because the way that the weapon damage works in this game is, like, for instance, the daggers right now, it's 7 damage per dagger. It's actually 6 when they're unupgraded. But most enemies have 9 health or lower. Very few have 10 health or more. So you can just utterly snipe. Oh, that was very close. You can just utterly snipe enemies out of the way with this weapon when they're upgraded, because most enemies have like reasonably 7 or less health. There are some enemies that have like 9 health. But a good example of this is, like, for instance, the Goddess Bracelet that I was using last time, which is arguably my favorite weapon in the game. I say arguably because I love the torch so much. So there's situations where I think the torch is just way better, and there are situations where I think the Goddess Bracelet is way better. Oh, come on. I knew that was going to happen. I didn't time it right. Unfortunate. Really unfortunate. He's about to be a 3-cycler. I love it when he shoots them out straight, because then you can easily dodge them. Like, it's pretty much brain dead to dodge them. Ooh. I didn't get him? Oh, come on, don't do this. Okay, good. I didn't have to move. That's kind of rare sometimes. Finally. That was unfortunate. Maybe I can get him on loop 2, hopefully. But you do have to be kind of quicker. Yep, it just keeps on giving me weapons I do not want. I absolutely love the spam ability of the unupgraded dagger. I think it's way better in the sense that, like, you can spam it easier because the weapon itself doesn't stay on the screen. That's the reason why the upgraded dagger can't be spammed as well. And we got. How unfortunate. I should have just used my charge. Ooh, we'll take the torch. I did not mean to jump into him like that. Yeah, the torch is a much more skillful and much more difficult weapon to use. So I'm not about to say that without decent armor that I'm going to just, like, smoke this area. We do not want the axe under any circumstances. The axe is pretty much unanimously agreed upon to be the worst weapon in the game, both basic and upgraded. Part of that has to do with the fact that the axe has literally, like very literally, no point in existing. Ah. I feel a little bit safer now. The way its trajectory works is just not good. And, you know, most people will usually say that either the axe or the scythe is unanimously the worst weapon in this game. I'm under the opinion that it's the axe. Maybe the tri-blade, actually. The tri-blade is, oh man, that weapon is abysmal. I don't even understand how there's a fan base for it. I understand that there's pretty much like a fan base for everything bad in life and useless, but the tri-blade should be one of those fan bases that just should cease to be. It's the same problem of the axe is when it's upgraded is actually the exact same problem that the tri-blade has when it's not upgraded, or upgraded, regardless, which is where it fires upward first. Why does it fire upward first? Why? The axe and the tri-blade both fire upwards first, but only when the axe is upgraded. The axe unupgraded is actually, in my opinion, better. That's why I say the tri-blade is just the worst weapon in the game. Welcome, Quandary. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Let's see if I can take out this boss. I think this is the first time I've seen him do that attack or move. And goodness knows how long. Oh, come on. Of course, he's going to taunt me because now I'm taking it kind of slow because I don't have armor. Oh, no! Wrecked. Now we have to do the whole auto-scroller over again, and the problem with this auto-scroller is it's way worse. Way worse than Stage 2. This auto-scroller has no chests. So if you lose armor in it, you're just defeated. Yeah, most people die like a million times while playing this game. That's just what happens with Super Ghouls and Ghosts. It is a difficult game. And I'm playing in much more difficult version than I was playing last time. All right. So it's looking like we'll make it back to the boss with, you know, at least steel armor, which is always good. It's always fantastic to at least have this. I wish I had gold armor because this boss is trivial with gold armor and the torch. Oh, come on. All right. I was actually thinking about doing Breath of the Wild. And he is dead. Thank goodness. If I still had the torch, he would have died so quick it wouldn't be funny. Our torch, the dagger. I might actually end up getting the dagger back, not because I'm wimping out, but just because, like, I'm actually not very well practiced with the torch lately. Last time I played using the torch, oh, good grief, was actually quite a while ago. And he got slam dunked. I died anyway. Oh yeah, it totally does become armor. And it's great because then I get my armor back when I don't have my armor. It's actually been quite a while since I've even had to get chest on this stage, because I usually just blow through this stage so easily it's not even funny. But I'm kind of making really rookie mistakes right now. Alright, this flower is not spawned yet. And he is dead. Very nice. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. We are going to have to be very, 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 very careful. And I say that and instantly die. All right. Yeah, we definitely don't want the axe. No, thank you, game. Oh, another rest in peace. That, my friends, is what happens when you look at chat. Yeah, we're taking the dagger. I've already taken more deaths than I did in the whole last run. Dagger it is. Fine with me. Yeah, this flower did not spawn. You have to be very careful of that flower spawning because all right. When that flower spawns over there, you are pretty much doomed. And I'm probably going to take another death here, unfortunately. Because it is a it's multiple hits to destroy these ice crystals. Not so with the upgraded dagger. Just because of the fact that the upgraded dagger has a lingering hitbox, which is one of the reasons why people love it so much. So not only does it go through stuff, it has a lingering hitbox, which can be very beneficial. Oh, come on. Well, at least we passed that point. Oh, look, it's the Tri-Blade, everybody. All right. Now we're rolling. We're cooking with gas. Hopefully we continue to cook. And let's see if that worked. I'm not really going to tempt it, though, because we do not want to restart. All right, we're making it to the boss. Pretty sure we have invincibility. Yeah, we definitely do. And he is dead. Alright, thank goodness we have gold armor going into the next stage, because the next stage happens to have the most air mirrors in the game. Something we were robbed of in my last playthrough. One of you is gone. Pretty sure there is actually a chest right here. And I missed the quick kill. How unfortunate. I don't even know why I opened that. I know that that's not the fourth chest. And Aramare is gone. Now we have the Sun Shield, which is aptly named. And he is dead. I was going to do kind of a cheeky strategy where you go underneath him with the charge, and you can quick kill him that way, but I wasn't very sure of my skill at that moment because of the fact that I am very much so tanking right now. And he is dead. I think we despawned that sprite. Actually, we don't need to do this. We can just do that. And now, for the moment you have been all waiting for. Don't ask me why that Airmare ace just sat there and watched me get the very thing that was to his doom. But there we go. The Sun Shield is always appreciated. Oh yeah, I will definitely get the Eow bracelet. Inside jokes. I'm probably going to get it right away because it's my favorite weapon. That was a little bit too ghosty right there for me. Oh, come on! What a shame! I do the strategy, mess it up, get on the right side, and he wasn't even being that big of a pain. Oh my gosh, we don't want you. You know what's funny is that this is actually how I envisioned that this run would go in the first place. The last time I did a stream. Arthur is very good at throwing daggers. How does he throw them so straight and so quickly? And then so rapidly. And how many does he have? Alright, let's get this armor again. And dead. Sun Shield. Alright, so now that we are finally through that area, we can hopefully make up for lost time and lost lives. Oh yeah, we hit the clip. Very nice. Alright. I did not mean to do that. But hey. Yeah, he should be like a hit away from death. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, Nebiroth. This is the easy as cheese way to beat these bosses. Aww. Well, I'm glad you are enjoying your time watching me epically fail at one of my favorite games of all time. Nebiroth is dead, and yes, his fire can absolutely still kill you, even after he dies. This was a perfect opportunity for me to thank my sponsors. Tea is a very good sponsor, and it is good to drink, and it is quite thirst quenching. So thank you very much, sponsor Tea. Your unnamed brand. Ooh, delicious. Alright, so we've already been going for about 40 minutes, which is, you know, not totally unreasonable. You can, if you're beating this game as fast as possible, you can beat both loops in under, I want to say like under an hour. I mean, speedrunners obviously do it like way under an hour. I'm pretty sure the fastest, the world record speedrun of this game is like 32 minutes. And that's both loops. The fastest I've ever beaten this game was 48 minutes, so I'm actually like far and away out of that bracket. Let's just be real. And of course, I was using the cheesiest weapons I possibly could, because that's what the speedrunners do. Speedrunners are actually, I don't even know why I'm opening that. I don't want any of the weapons that could possibly be in it. Speedrunners are actually the reason why I started using the dagger and then started using the torch, because there are some speedrunners who actually like the torch even better. And then when I saw the values of it, I immediately agreed and said, well, you know what? This is great. And that wolf is dead. Stay out of my way. Jump here. And we're free and clear from those guys. That zombie is moving with the quickness. Aha! My best friend. The EOW bracelet. Alright, so let's bring it on. We have the EOW bracelet. We're on loop 2. We have the golden armor. Let's see if we can keep it. Yeah, we definitely don't want you, crossbow. Again, not that the crossbow is necessarily a bad weapon, but the bracelet is a far better weapon. So the bracelet's max damage at close enough range is 18. The crossbow upgraded does 6 per bolt. So if you get the crossbow like really close to the enemy, you can utterly shred just like you can with the bracelet. So it's not necessarily a bad weapon. Now before you upgrade it, each bolt does 3 damage and you got 2 bolts. You can kind of see the reason why it's not that great of a weapon when you don't have the armor, because the armor pretty much makes that weapon. Then again, there are 2 different play styles that you can have with it. One thing I vaguely, and very frankly, well, not vaguely, but I do remember, at least somewhat, is that my dad actually preferred the dagger, or not the dagger, the crossbow unupgraded at times. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, the bow is unreliable. You said now is unreliable, and I couldn't really understand that for a moment. But yeah, the bow is unreliable when upgraded because if you shoot at range, you have the chance of the bow. I knew what you meant. But when you shoot at range, you have a chance of the bow, the shots, circling enemies or circling sprites in the background of the game. Oh, this is my steel armor, and we're not getting it. Yeah, so that's absolutely true. You do have a chance of the bow circling enemies, the bolts, because of just how it works. It's supposed to be a homing weapon, and we're talking about a homing weapon in a SNES area video game. It's not bad at all or anything, and if you know how to use it, and if you fight up close with it, it's actually quite a great weapon. But the problem is that that's a lot of limitation for that weapon when you can just use weapons that don't have that limitation, of which there are quite a few. There are options in this game, regardless of your skill level. It's actually another one of the reasons why I picked the torch, because the torch is unanimously agreed upon as being like the worst weapon in the game by a lot of people. Not everybody, but by a lot of people, because it has a poor trajectory, terrible distance. We are now a baby. Hopefully we get out of this before that enemy comes. And we did. Very nice. Oh yes, steel armor. We are probably dying to this boss though, because he spams his projectiles like no tomorrow. No tomorrow. And he's quite annoying. Now with gold armor it wouldn't be so bad because I can eat his projectiles with my bracelet. And we all know how good it is to eat projectiles. Yep, that's it for the regular enemies. Now we're just going to go to the dreaded boss fight. I used to know all these bosses' names by heart, but if I'm being honest, I forgot them. It's just that simple. Alright, I'm going to have to stay back a decent distance. I'm going to have to be very careful. He's going to destroy me. Yep, with the gold armor. You have to have the gold armor to eat projectiles. Oh. Wow. Well, I mean, at least we beat him. We beat him, got my steel armor back that he took away 2 seconds before he took, before I beat him. And now we're getting ready for the level 3 fights. That takes a lot of hits there, only because we're a distance away, and it was probably likely that the weak hit, not the weakest, but one of the weak hits of this weapon was hitting that enemy. Because the problem is that this weapon has a damage range between 18 damage and 3 damage. So at the furthest range, it only does 3 damage. With gold armor and sun shield, you're not likely to ever see that damage range, because it's more or less like at the very tip of it, it goes all the way down to those low damages. The very tip. And you also just have much longer range. And he is dead. And we are flying through this area. This area is actually quite scary, but once you have the understanding of how you're supposed to platform through this, it's not that big a deal. And then, of course, our best friend, the red Aramare Ace. I hate this guy sometimes, just really hate him. So we're gonna have this guy following us for a little bit. If you're smart, you can dodge him. I think he leaves us here. Yeah, he does. All right. I am not really concerned about getting better armor. Okay, yeah, the water dude is the Barbarossa. I'm pretty no, yeah, I think he's Barbarossa. No. The water dude is Storm Cesarus. So yeah, we've got Cockatrice is the first stage, Storm Cesarus is the second, Hydra is the third, uh, Birokin or Birarkin, something like that, is the. Oh wait, no. The Death Crawler is the third. The Hydra is the fourth. The Birarokin, I don't know how to pronounce that, is the fifth. Astaroth is the sixth. Astaroth and Nebaroth are the seventh, and then Sardius is the final stage. The Red Aramare Joker and the King Unicorn are not a part of this stage, and neither is the game, and neither is the Barbarossa. They are in Ghouls and Ghosts. They're not in Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Wow, it was like the game did not want me to press a button there. Like it ate my input or something. That is really unfortunate because I don't think we have a chance to get steel armor back before the boss, and we do like having protection. That part of the stage is even more annoying than the bats, in my opinion. Alright, we're just going to fight him right here. Awesome. And he is dead. Unfortunately, that is not an option in this game, or I would enchant my armor. Alright. Alright. Let's get this moving. This stage is usually where a lot of runs like come to a halt because the auto scroller is really difficult. Being able to one-shot enemies that are normally multi-shot is such a wonderful boon. I love this weapon. Sun Shield, just for added protection. You can never have too much protection in Super Ghouls and Ghosts. This game is difficult to an extreme. And as we saw right there, that's pretty much a death. That is literally a death. I should have waited a moment before I did that. I know that he can do that, but... oh well. I hate these dudes. That was almost a loss of armor there, which would have not been good. One thing I absolutely love about this game is the wonderful soundtrack. Very menacing, very good. Oh, come on. I was a little bit too close to the... little bit too close to the spikes. Little bit too close to the spikes. I'm making all kinds of mistakes this run. This run has been nothing but mistakes. I'm making it look like I'm not actually good at the game. The EOW bracelet. EOW. Anybody who knows me would know exactly why I blank out that word. There is no such thing. But that's besides the point. I just do it for humor more than anything. All right. Let's see if we can actually handle the pressure. And we get our Sun Shield back. Hey, I mean, at least with all these wonderful mistakes I'm making, I am showing everybody where all the chests are, where you can find them, how you can get them. I did not mean to do that. Oh, good grief. Well. We have been on this stage a little bit longer than I would like to. And it looks like if any of you wanted to see me use the axe, you have your wish granted. This weapon is absolutely terrible. And if you think it's bad beforehand, take a look with me at the weapon now. This is the only weapon in the game that I would honestly just wouldn't mind if it was deleted. And that's a game over. Of course we're going to be continuing, though. Of course we're going to be continuing. Alright, game, give me anything. Literally anything is better than that darn weapon. Alright, so one of the reasons why the lance is not a good weapon is that even though it has a decent, it's not exactly amazing, but it has a decent magic from the gold armor. Just, it is only capable of throwing out one and having one lance on screen. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're only capable of throwing out one lance and having one lance on screen when you have the magical version of the lance. Whereas you can have two lances on screen when it's unupgraded. Which just kind of like, it throws a severe wrench in your plans of using the upgraded armor. It's sort of like the dagger in a way, in the sense that the unupgraded version, even though it's weaker, is technically stronger because you can hit like better DPS. I don't even mind that. I'm just glad that he bopped me over here so I can move on with this stage. Don't even mind that. Like, not just being very real. You missed. You missed. Yeah, this stage is so gross if you think about like what it actually is. You're actually inside of a monster's stomach. The stage itself is called the Ghouls' stomach. And we are in the boss fight. I'm pretty confident that I can beat this boss fight without having armor, because this weapon is actually not that bad for it. Yeah, that's what I thought. The torch is actually pretty terrible for that boss fight if you don't have gold armor. And we are on the ice stage. We are not picking up the tri-blade. And this flower did not spawn, which is great. Fantastic. Yeah, the closer you are to an enemy, the faster you can spam a weapon, due to the fact that once the weapon hits the enemy, its hitbox and projectile just disappears. The damage is committed, so on and so forth. We just got a free guy by destroying an icicle. Go figure. This is like one of the last weapons you want in this area, because it's a two-shot to these. Any weapon that is not a two-shot is pretty much what you want. Very close. I unfortunately don't recall how to get the chest over here. It's been way too long. I know there's a chest over here we can get. Yeah, we're just walking right by you, friend. Oh, that's always a good sign. And he hit me. Unfortunate, but at least we're now back to the point where, you know, like, we can move on. Because the first part of the stage really kind of stinks. We'll take a torch. Yeah, the first part of this stage really kind of stinks when you're, Oh, come on. That's not going to be of any use to us. Neither is that. The first part of the stage is really annoying if you don't have a weapon that can defeat the icicles very well. So, now that I do have a decent weapon, it's really funny that we're no longer in the first part of the stage. We don't want the axe. I don't know why I even picked that up. Alright. We will take it. Hallelujah. Anything is better than that darn axe. All right. All right, so one thing that is very interesting about this little glitch here that you can perform is, I don't know if you see how fast I'm moving, but you move incredibly much faster if you do the glitch using the crossbow. So that's actually pretty cool that I was able to show that off. Fantastic. We are moving on to the next stage. Let's see if we can't get our bracelet back. And let's see, I think there's a chest here. No. I thought there was. Yeah, show up. We can get our moon shield back. And then we can go ahead and get our sun shield pretty much right away. And we can get our bracelet back as well. Hopefully, as long as we don't lose this armor. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding. You have got to be kidding me. Alright. Well, we're getting this armor back, so. This is actually one of those areas in which the crossbow is a better weapon unupgraded. Because then you can aim and actually hit Astaroth and Neburoth. Alright, so here's the problem. If we don't get the bracelet, this stage, we literally have to, like, go back. This is another area at which the crossbow is better unupgraded. Yep, we are just bypassing you. And defeating you. Perfect. Alright, we can still get the bracelet. And how we can is right here. Alright, now we're pretty much secured for being able to beat this game, even if we lose gold armor. As long as we keep the bracelet, that is, because it is obviously a necessity that we keep it, but whether or not we do fully depends on whether or not I don't get totally trolled here. And we got trolled. And we got destroyed. All right. Let's bring it on. That cockatrice head is dead. We'll take the points. Perfect. You are dead. Stay that way. Got our sun shield back. Fantastic. Very excited. Are you joking me? Like, are you apps? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's bring it on. And I jumped into it. Grab those points. We'll take those points too. We'll take those points too. Get ourselves a free guy. He's dead. Let's cheat the ladder, of course. I always thought that the ladder jumps you can do on this game, where you just totally skip the ladders that they intended you to use, are a really funny nod to just old school gameplay. All right, we got our sun shield back, gold armor. You don't need gold armor in order to beat Astaroth and Neburoth. You definitely don't need it to beat Sardius, because I showed that last stream. But it helps a lot because the range of this weapon when you have no armor at all is absolutely abysmal. It's like absolutely abysmal completely. And there goes my armor. And I jumped into it. I hate those sprites. The imps. The little imps. Oh, I absolutely bet every effort was given into the coding of these ladders in such a degree that they have absolutely true significance. All right. Come on down. Yeah, that's just the thing about this game, though, is it's brutally difficult. Yeah, we actually had to die there because I needed to double jump in order to get my next armor, and I would have landed on that scythe. I would rather literally just end the stream than have the scythe right now. The one imp is gone. Alright, the air mare is gone. Now we just have to make it past this next part and actually survive with gold armor. Yeah, they're quite difficult, but Nebiroth is actually easier to beat than Astaroth for some weapons, and vice versa. It depends on what weapon you're using. They're both actually pretty darn easy with things like the dagger. I can't believe that just happened. This is probably another loss. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Another game over. Alright, I guess we're going to be continuing again. I'm not much of a quitter. Alrighty. These imps are the bane of my existence. I actually think they're more annoying than the air mares, depending on your weapon and strategy, because, like, for instance, I mean, the weapon I've got right now is just like an insta-kill, basically. I mean, it does take 2 hits to defeat them. But the air mares are not really that big of a deal. These guys, however, are really, really, really annoying. And part of that has to do with just the way that they are coded to, like, fly at you, where they go, such and such, so and so. You are dead. Thank goodness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I hit him with a weak hit. Come on. And he is dead. And he is dead. Thank you. And get the gold armor. Sun shield. This is like the 800th time I've done this today. He is gone. It's so funny because I think this is probably the part of the game where I choke the least, and I am choking the most right now. This is literally, in my opinion, the easiest part of the game. I mean, Astaroth isn't easy, and he never has been, but in comparison to like some of the stages beforehand, I would much rather play against Astaroth than whole stages. Great! Howdy do. Welcome to the stream. We are at the very final stage. Well, second to final. Technically, a whole boss fight exists. A whole boss fight exists after this stage. The final boss fight. You missed Cockatrice Head. And you're dead, Cockatrice Head. Green armor. Gold armor. Hit the air mare. Weak hits. Dead. Sun shield. We are geared up again. And we're hit. And we're hit again. Come on down. Alright, we got that cockatrice head. And we jumped over that cockatrice head. I have done this stage a billion times at this point. And we are at bronze armor. Very unfortunate, though. The air mares are quite the pain sometimes, but at least we got rid of him without losing armor. Let's be happy about that. Both cockatrice heads are gone. My day is always going good. The good Lord blesses each and every day. How is your day going? Come on. We're probably so close to killing Astaroth right now, it's insane. But he just keeps trolling me. Alright, he's finished. Yes, Nebiroth here can absolutely zone you out like he's doing for me right now. But in my opinion, he's way easier a boss fight than Astaroth. His moves are easier to dodge and far easier to predict. And we timed over. Timed out. And he is finished. We're at a very poor state, however. Oh, that's unfortunate. There is actually a chest over here, but this is the most, like, dangerous zone of this whole castle to be in. So I'm gonna skip it. We do not exactly have good time, and we're probably going to lose here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm only going to give it a few more tries, and then after that, we're just going to call it a day on the stream. All right. Green armor. Let's not aggro him. Gold armor. And he is dead. Alright, ghosties, you can stay over there. I'm going to pause this for a quick second. Get myself a drink. Alright. Astaroth is completed. Nebiroth over here is being very trolly with how many times he is shooting his laser. Oh, come on. And Nebiroth is gone. That only took 487 million attempts. All right. Now we are finally to Sardius, the actual true final boss in the final stage of this game, and unfortunately not that difficult of a boss in my opinion. Yeah, we're not falling for that, friend. One more cycle, I believe. Actually, just one more hit. Awesome. Fantastic. Amazing, even. We have finished Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the American version. USA, USA. I have no problem with any other country, but the European version kind of stinks. If you were here during the earlier part of the stream, or if you saw my other stream at all, you could probably know exactly my thoughts and my reasoning as to why that is. But unfortunately, for my viewers, we're not going to be able to see the true ending of this game because of my button scheme. That's just how this goes. I can let it play out a little bit before we say our farewells and goodbyes, but I did want to say a couple of things there. I got very quiet at the end because I was getting very focused, and a lot of the times I'm okay with talking while streaming or gaming, but the amount of times that I had died on that last stage was kind of abysmal. I've had runs where I've not even died once, and then all of a sudden I'm just playing it and choking it and dying, just dying left and right. But at the very least, we did finish it. Kind of the reason why you really want gold armor when you fight Astaroth and Neburoth is because of their zoning. I literally timed out. I don't recall even the last time I've ever timed out. And the funny thing about that is the Storm Cesarus, the boss of the second stage, he's on a 2-minute timer. Because when you get to him, you only have 2 minutes left from the auto-scroller, and they don't refresh your time. So I can't even recall even one instance where I timed out on him. But then again, you are fighting both Astaroth and Neburoth at the very end there, and it's kind of a tough gauntlet, being honest. Astaroth, in my opinion, is way more difficult. You can manipulate him a little bit easier where his beam shoots and where his fire shoots. You can't manipulate Neburoth at all. His fire goes the same direction every single time. His beam goes the same direction every single time. You can manipulate Astaroth, but the reason why I think he's harder is because there are just better ways to get close up to Neburoth and to attack him, as you saw there. I didn't even particularly mind the fact that I lost my armor at Neburoth, because usually I just don't lose to Neburoth. But Astaroth, man, he is something else, something ridiculous. And this is one of those parts. Yeah, we watch my dude just literally fall down and die. That's because I changed the jump button to A instead of, I believe it's B normally. Yeah, so now what we're going to see here is for the rest of the outro and the game ending scenes, there's no music. So you can still see it, but there's just no music. It's kind of really weird. You can actually get a game over screen on that too, if you have 0 lives left in reserve when you have the button scheme like this, and you see like Arthur jump into a pit. This is something that they fixed in the European version, which is why I'm glad that I do have a run of that currently on a stream, so that I could show like the full ending and have the music and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. I'm very glad for it, that I have that on there. And I don't really particularly mind. I have so many different versions of Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I have the Game Boy Advance version. I have the SNES version. Every last one of the cartridges. So I've got the Japanese, the American, and the European version. And then I also have it on several different virtual consoles, as well as on the Switch online. And I play it on all of them. Like there are times where I just pull it up, and I'm like, oh, I gotta play this today. I'm feeling a little bit like I want to play um, some Super Ghouls and Ghosts, pretty much on any device I own. I even have it on my phone. So it's just it's an awesome game, and it's truly underrated. And I do plan on doing more streams of it. Not exactly consecutively because I like way too many games. In fact, the only reason why this stream came so quickly in comparison to my most recent stream of this, which was just 2 weeks ago, was because I wanted to showcase the differences between the European and the United States version. Now, I don't remember. It's been a very long time since I played the Japanese version. If that version is more difficult still than the United States version, but I just don't know. Just don't know. Howdy do from Timbuktu. All right, so now we got Knight Arthur. And he doesn't know how to jump because of my button inputs. So therefore, he is not having a good time right now. Yeah, the cutscene Arthur only knows the buttons Y and B. No, Y and A. Is it Y and A? Yeah, it is Y and A. No, 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 it's Y and B. It doesn't know the A button. So that's the reason why this happened. Because I changed the A button to jump, when it normally the game normally thinks that the B button is jump, it replaces both the Y. Well, the Y is already a shoot button, but then the B becomes a shoot button, and that's what screws the game up. And I still absolutely love the names in here, like Hyper Mickey, Patriot Yamazao, Tall Knob, Hyper Benji, uh, Jun-chan, Natsu-chan, Chaya-chan, Rietsaru's mama, Katsukin, M30, that's definitely a name, Machan, Yamadachi. These are definitely names, folks. Mari. See, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say Mario on one of the versions. Bull. Ike Bomb. You know, Ike Bomb. Definite. Definite man right there. Oho. Or is that? No, that's a Cho. That's Chosuke, Taki Pan, and Capcom All Staff. Producer F. Or Professor F. Why did I say producer? All these names have to be like inside jokes or like silly little puns or whatever of the day. Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing. Well, you're welcome. I should I should be getting some like restitution because of all those deaths I had. Yeah, Mr. Baum, please report to the office. Yep, the cutscenes are recording of button inputs. They are recording not only of button inputs, but like it's actual gameplay. They're not cutscenes at all. Even this right here is technically gameplay, from what I understand. The sprites are on that horse, and technically, like it's not even a cutscene. It is literal gameplay in the game, which kind of stinks because I would love to have a horse in this game. Are you kidding? Especially if it was overpowered. That would be an awesome addition. Like after you got gold armor and you got the sun shield, your next chest would be like a horse. Are you kidding? I want a horse. I absolutely want a horse in this game. It's funny too because there's been super ghouls and ghosts or ghouls and ghosts that are um after the fact of this game that don't ever have the horse. It's a shame. Ghouls and Ghost Resurrection. Now that's a game I'd like to stream too. Or I don't know about stream because I'm not so good at that game. Maybe do like a let's play or a playthrough. Probably one of those. Well, thank you all for joining me on this stream. I do hope that you enjoyed it, even throughout all the frustrations and me showing that I'm bad at the game, even though I'm quite not. And if you like this content, please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and stay tuned for all future content. And have a great and glorious day gaming. I'll see you next time.